Yeah, what's up, Hunter? Yeah. You sweet little dog. Little face. Little waddle. Blah, 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 blah. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. All right. Is it? Oh, there we go. Hello. All right. There we are. Welcome to Houston with a Problem. We are probably miming our Houstons all over the place. Monkey butt. Got your stump. Stump's there. Yep. Stumping it up. So today is Charity Tuesday, but it's Friday because Tuesday was power outage. So we are raising money for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. And Thurgood Marshall College Fund helps put 300,000 students through school, whether it's undergrads, medical school, law school, general graduate school, etc., and at 55 different historically black colleges and universities. So, woo! Way to go, Thurgood Marshall College Fund. We're doing it as a sort of a way to bookend the Black History Month and do good while we can. While we still can. Doing good while we still can. So I want to thank everybody who has donated so far. I will not be able to do a giveaway this month because A, I keep forgetting to do that giveaway. B, I have so much stuff I've got to ship that I need to get my act together. I need to ship everything before I can give anything else away because it just adds to the pile. I've been awful about that as of late, and I just need to ship these things. So this month I don't have a raffle to do. I apologize, 1,000 apologies. So you just have to donate out of the goodness of your heart, and I'm sorry. I see the donations are flying by already. We're already at 200. What are we at here? 235, somewhere around there. Maybe more than that. It says 235, but I think it was at 235 before these last donations came in. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for donating. In the world of news, Trump and J.D. Vance, for some reason, decided to gang up and ambush Zelensky in the White House and get into an argument about bullshit. It was embarrassing. It was really, 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 really embarrassing. I'm not sure what the goal was of Trump and Vance other than to basically swear their allegiance to Putin, because I cannot see any other reason for doing what they did. It was gross. It was really gross. Yeah. Elon Musk has put out the call out to ask a whole bunch of retired air traffic controllers to come out of retirement and work as air traffic controllers, while at the same time threatening to cancel the Verizon contract, which does communications between the air towers, and hiring himself, Starlink, to take on that contract. Yeah, that just seems to be a gross conflict of interest. They fired a whole bunch of air traffic controllers, and now they want the retired ones to come back. Seems like they're making their own problems. Like they set their own house on fire, and then they're spraying their garden hose on it, being like, "Look at what a hero I am." Seems to be kind of what's happening there. Trump sent out a warning also that March 13th, expect basically almost all the federal government to be fired. So we got that. Hegseth is going to now can any trans member of the military. They will no longer have a job and no longer be allowed to serve their country. What else is in the news, Monkey? Bitcoin and blockchain in general just took a giant shit last night. Bitcoin dropped below 80,000. So if Ryan Cohen had bought Bitcoin at the peak when everyone's like, buy Bitcoin, he would have lost $1.2 billion so far. So that, hopefully they didn't do that. Otherwise, their war chest is significantly smaller now. And yeah, so we're at $315. We're 31.5% of the way to our $1,000 goal for Charity Tuesday for Thurgood Marshall College Fund. And let's do what we do best, which is click one of these. Blink.
Let's get started.
Oh, there you are. Sorry, monkey butt. Oh, turn off the intro. No, you're gonna get me this time. Okay, so to the chat, shall we? Well, I'll say donate to the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, somewhere around there. Also, if you're watching this later, you still have the opportunity to hit that donate button all weekend long. So, by all means, if you are a viewer watching later, you can still contribute to our fundraiser and help us get to our $1,000 goal. We're at, I have to count it, we're at 40 something shows in a row where we've raised $1,000 or more for charity. So please don't let us have a failure at doing this. So it's the least we can do as humans is keep that streak going and keep donating for charity. Last month, you guys saved Monkey Butt. It's a month as of this past Tuesday when she lost her leg. So she's doing really well. And her second round of chemo is in 2 weeks. She got her white blood cell count done yesterday, and it's perfect. So not too worried about giving her more cancer murdering drugs, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She look how alert that dog is. She's so alert right now. She's like, you better give me a TREAT, buddy. Maybe. If we reach our goal, you'll get a TRAT. How about that? Or if someone donates huge and asks for one, maybe that'll work. I see those eyeballs shifting up there. The cold stare to the back of the head. Okay, Brandon Wells says, sup. Tony, Houston. A Photon is going through airport security. TSA agent asks if he has any luggage. Photon says, no, I'm traveling light. Man. Two hydrogen atoms are they're in a bar having drinks, and one of them says, I think I lost an election. His friend says, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I'm positive. Okay, Fred Jones, thank you. Tadalus, thank you. Chris Taylor, thank you. Michael Height, thank you. I'm Not Your Friend, thank you. Murph and Turf Studios, thank you. Sam Wade, Cousin Sam, thank you. Darren Saunders, thank you. Anonymous, thank you, Anonymous. Julius Miami, thank you. So we're at $360 of our $1,000 goal. So 36% of the way to our $1,000 goal. So thank you, everybody who's done that so far. And Tadalus, hey H, where do you see the information that Macron had anything on Trump regarding Epstein? As I'm from the Baltics, all this situation moves us quite a bit, I gotta say. Anonymous, the hacking agency. Basically, they were like, wink, Macron took Trump in a room and was like, look at all of this. I have no idea how Anonymous knows that, if they actually know that, or if they're just speculating. But Trump does seem, whenever Macron gets Trump alone in a room, Trump manages to change his tune almost instantly. So that's something that's pretty interesting, yeah. Chris Taylor says, support Ukraine. I support Ukraine. And he also says, hi. Michael Height, oh, can't wait for your take on the White House press conference. Oh, dude, it was such an embarrassment. I can't imagine any president in history making such a fool of themselves in such a way as that. It was grotesque. It was an absolute travesty. And half the U.S. press is like, Zelensky embarrassed himself. Dude, Zelensky went in there being grateful for the U.S.'s support in their battle against a giant empire-seeking dictator. And then Trump and J.D. Vance were like, you're not grateful enough. But, bitch, you haven't done shit, Trump and Vance. like, do something to be grateful for other than, sucking up to Putin at any chance you get. It was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. And this is what the American public apparently voted for, though, was to be the worst people in the entire world and then rejoice in it. Americans would rather see bad things happen to other people than good things happen for themselves. That's basically what we've determined as a society. So that's what we got. In other news, the governor of Maine. So Trump said, "Oh, I'm gonna cut off Maine from federal money," and the Maine's like, "Well, we'll cut off the federal government from our taxes. We'll keep them all." So more states might start doing that. I wouldn't mind if Washington threatened to do that. Oregon, California, New York, all said, "Yeah, we're done. This is over. This experiment has run its course, and time to terminate." So, Snort alert. Oi, Houston. Oi, snort alert. Chris Taylor. How great would it be if Zelensky sucker punched Trump? Oh, if only Zelensky wasn't like 5'5". if Klitschko happened to be president of Ukraine, I think Trump would be singing a different tune. But instead, Klitschko just happens to be a politician and like a colonel in the military and whatnot. But yeah, it's just a bummer that Zelensky is one of the funniest people. I don't know if you ever watched his TV show, the one before he became president. The man is a brilliant comedian. But yeah, he's a little guy. He's a very, very small guy. He's Putin sized. Yeah, so it would have been nice. Would have been like squeak squeak. That's about what it would have amounted to. Tadalus. Well, after some interesting updates, I hope Macron does have something on Trump and use it. Slav Ukraini. Yeah, you're in Lithuania, right? Trump wants to pull all U.S. troops out of Baltic states, which will leave a giant vacuum. He's already closing a big base in Greece, which is one of the staging grounds for the Black Sea and Middle East. There's a reason why these bases exist, and it's because it gives us a strategic advantage over movements by the Russians. They've existed since World War II specifically to do that. And these nations where the U.S. bases are welcome the U.S. bases because they don't want Russians invading them. So, yeah, it's every move so far made has been one that Putin goes, duh. And that should alarm everybody. The problem is that the internet is so full of Russian bots and trolls that you don't actually get a clear voice of people, whether they approve or disapprove of all this. And because there's so many bots and trolls. I mean, if you want to see how many bots and trolls there are in works, I mean, you just go to Twitter, but go to the Facebook version of Wall Street Bets. I've said this before. It's the absolute gutterball of humanity. The dumbest, worst people in the universe somehow shit rolls downhill and finds themselves in this ditch known as Facebook Wall Street Bets. And just read the post from earlier today about the meeting between Zelensky and Trump and JD Vance. And you have Russian bot after Russian, I'm talking like thousands in a row, being like, go Russia, Putin's the best, Zelensky's a monster, the entire war is his fault, blah, blah. Like, where'd the money go? Dumbass, they sent legacy weapon systems, not money. Legacy, where's the $350 billion? You didn't send $350 billion, America. You sent about $100 billion. And it wasn't dollars, it was 40-year-old weapon systems and munitions to go with it. They don't understand. It'd be like you donating a $10 pair of shoes to Goodwill and then being like, where's the $10? Right? They're in shoes. You donated a pair of shoes to Goodwill. You didn't donate $10 physically, like physical $10. You donated old shoes you aren't using anymore. That's what we did with Ukraine. We donated our old shoes we don't use anymore and then bought ourselves new shoes to replace those. I'm going to close this door there. Get out there. There we go. I have a roommate. He's lovely, but he just loves to just run around on his phone on speakerphone, having arguments with strangers on the internet. It is loud. Okay. Joseph DeSantis. Houston, happy belated birthday. My wife would like to know if you could explain the least positive outcome for BBBY and how it relates to share price. Thank you. Least positive outcome is BBBY loses every single solitary lawsuit. They aren't able to claw enough money back. No one wants the company for its nulls, and it just vanishes forever. That's the least positive outcome. So, yeah, their shares are absolutely worthless. As it stands right now, the claims that would benefit the estate is greater than the debt to creditors. So we would get somewhere around $10+ a share, depending on what the share count is. So that's like middle of the road. Best outcome is a credit bid by 6th Street or bondholders that results in us getting equity back plus cash, right? And the company becomes a SPAC for a new operation, and the share price goes. That's the best outcome. So those are kind of the 3 stages along the way. All the shills are telling you you're not getting any money back because it's a dead company, but there's still something going on there. Kelly Reed. So Trump televised the meeting, and the reflection is looking like World War III coming. Man, South Park is going to have a lot of ideas for new episodes. Yeah. The problem is that Trump is going to do World War III, but have half the country after him. And another giant problem he's going to have with that is that they're firing all the skilled people in the government. So you're firing counterintelligence, counterespionage, counterterrorism, military brass with the best experience and the best resumes and the people who follow them, CIA, right? Like this is the type of problem you have is that if you fire all the people who are good at their jobs, right, and you consolidate your power under an incompetent military structure, that competent military structure is now they're not free. They can align with whoever they want, right? And if they see this as the U.S. government failing the world and illegitimate and unconstitutional, well, if factions form, you're toast. They might not have like the bomber jets and things like that, but they will have a lot of state National Guards. They probably will have still some officers inside the military being like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I donate my tanks, guns, bombs, ships to the opposite side, and you're at Civil War territory. So you'd be at war with the world and with yourself, and that's a really, really terrible place to be. But Putin would be like, excellent, because as long as we're fighting each other, we're not paying attention to whatever Putin's doing, right? So it's a bummer of a place to be. So, thank you, James Perigo, and thank you, Hungry Caveman. We're now at $390, 39% of the way to our $1,000 goal. So please keep donating to Thurgood Marshall College Fund. We're gonna get there. We got an hour and 40 minutes to get there. So let's get there. I lost where I was already. Murphy Studios, living through the end of American Empire. Woohoo! Yeah, I didn't really graduating high school, in my brain I didn't imagine I will live through the end of America. I also didn't wake up on November 6th thinking I was going to live through the end of America. But boy, are we here. What's amazing is that the most fervently patriotic, America first, America can do no wrong, American exceptionalism, whoa, are the ones ushering in the end of America. That's kind of the most ironic part of this, is that the fervent jingoists who are behind all this are the ones who are destroying the country, just absolutely just atom bombing it. and they're cheering the entire time. It's quite fun. It's like those dudes, you pull up behind some like Nissan Altima, and it's got like a "Do not comply" sticker next to a thin blue line sticker. You're like, what? What kind of cognitive dissonance is going on in your head, dude? Or like police officers who have the Punisher logo. Like the Punisher would fucking kill you. He hates cops. You're dead. Why do you have a Punisher logo if you're Mr. Officer? Because the Punisher would kill you. You are not the Punisher. You are the Punisher's fodder. Or like homophobes who like cling to the Matrix, right? Like, no, you don't understand at all. You don't understand anything. Like ultra conservatives who love Star Trek. Like you don't. The comprehension must be so abysmally low in some of these people. They just do not get. They don't get subtext. Even when it's like beating them over the head, doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. Fear Nokum, thank you. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's totally wild. Rollingbay Studios' favorite Gene Hackman movie. Ooh. Hoosiers? I mean, like French Connection's amazing. He was awesome as Lex Luthor. Royal Tenenbaums, his role as Patriarch was hilarious. Unforgiven. Man. I hear my roommate yelling something from the other room. What his favorite is, but I can't quite hear what it is. But I'm gonna say Royal Tenenbaums at this point. It was an excellent way for the sunset of his career to like kind of go out on top, basically. And have they concluded what he, his wife, and their dog passed away from? My guess is probably something like carbon monoxide poisoning, something like that. It seems kind of weird that he, his wife, and his dog all died, and it was not like, a murderer coming in and murdering everything. So I would guess carbon monoxide poisoning or something similar. It's a bummer. I mean, he retired well, and he was happy in Santa Fe, and he seemed to be enjoying the twilight there. Kelly Reed, Atlanta Fed is now projecting that Q1 GDP will contract 1.5%. UVXY looking real good for deep recession. Oh yeah, we just had the Republicans vote to eliminate 8 to 10% of the U.S. GDP in their budget. Plus, we're firing a whole bunch of federal workers, which another 2% of GDP from that, just in pay alone. Plus, we're trying to get rid of all the immigrant laborers, which is another 10-15% of GDP. We've got delinquencies for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans are higher than they ever were in 2008, which means the housing crisis is going to contract another 4% from GDP. Plus, we got commercial real estate isn't worth dick, so that's going to contract another 2 to 4%. So we're looking at, in the end, if Trump doesn't actually do something good for America, 25 to 35% of GDP will just evaporate into the atmosphere, which is worse than the deepest part of the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a 25% blip of GDP, and we're already mathematically lining up for more than that. Putin is just like, I win, you stupid Americans. And he's cheering this on because we're doomed. We're absolutely so thoroughly and utterly doomed unless we somehow magically change course. And there doesn't seem to be anybody with the balls to do it. We need one. The American people need one catalyst. One person to put their reputation and personal liberty and safety on the line to stand up. And they have to be the right person in the right position in government to do it. A federal judge, FBI agent, someone who can just be like, no, not happening, and somehow get the cameras focused on them. And that might be enough. That might be enough. But so far we have a federal judge here in Seattle who has given 3 ultimatums to the Trump administration. Trump administration has done nothing each time. So then what? Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, what now? We got a king. That's it. We have a king. And there it is. We're all going to pay and suffer for the consequences. At any rate, we can still donate to charity while we're here. help some kids get through school. D. Any enlisted people here, would you obey an order to fight Ukraine and our former allies in Europe of being on the side of Russia? That's a good question. Like, what would you do if you were given that order? Like, you will go fight for Putin, just like the North Korean soldiers are doing right now. Did you when you enlisted, did you see yourselves as future allies of North Korean dictator and Putin? Was that in your mind at all? Or were you like, hey, I get to serve my country, try to make the world a better place, get a GI Bill to go to college, right? Yeah, it's interesting. There's a Facebook group that I know about that is for nothing but military officers, and that group is very much like, oh shit, what is going on? And these folks who are the leaders in all their little, battalions and commands and ships and everything else, they are like, oh, this cannot continue. And they're fully expecting, almost every single one are fully expecting to get fired from their jobs. Yeah, it's how you clean house and you consolidate a dictatorship. There just has to be somebody, there has to be some general who's like, you know what, fuck this, and just rolls a bunch of tanks up into the White House lawn. That's probably the only way this will end. So, who's it going to be? Like, which one of you is going to uphold the Constitution over all of this and give us a do-over? And the problem is that most countries, when the tank rolls up on the lawn of the presidential palace or whatever, then that general's like, I am the king now. But I hope that the previous implementations and structural alignments inside the DoD over the past 200 plus years would allow someone like that to go, all right, this is over. Let's have a new election, and we can move from there. Because I would not want to go from one piece of shit to another piece of shit just because they sense the weakness. I don't know. We gotta put a lot of faith into something happening, and otherwise, we go for a general strike, and we just stop doing anything. Everyone, whether you're military, whether you're civilian, whether you're federal worker, contractor, school teacher, everyone just stops and goes, no, fuck you. How well will that? How likely is that to happen? Americans are really bad at that stuff. We really easily distracted by our televisions and computers and phones, and are we willing to take a few weeks, just do nothing? And not the type of like COVID shutdown, nothing where we like bake bread and whatever. Like no, we shut down everything: ports, schools, airports, train stations, sanitation, hospitals, everything. I don't have too much faith in the Americans being able to do something like that. At least not without a good catalyst. So Stephanie L., thank you for donating to the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Yay. I did cut myself. When that happened? Cut myself on my elbow. I have no idea when that happened. Okay. Well, bleeding. Darren Saunders, first to declare first. Sheesh, what a day, eh? Welcome at being the first to declare first. Yeah, what a day. This weekend is going to be interesting. Is it the 4th? It's Tuesday, right? Trump plans to slap the tariffs back onto Mexico and Canada, which means, I guess Tuesday is Monday afternoon is the day where you take all your money and you buy calls on the SPY that are like $1, $2 above, and puts on the SPY that are like $1, $2 below. And then Tuesday, Trump either slaps the tariffs on there and the market bottoms out, or he figures out some way to be like, I'll put it off for 30 days, and the market flies like 20 points. Right, monkey? Right? Split the difference? Is that going to work for you? Is it going to work for you, little dumb dog? Huh? Yeah. She agrees. She also says donate to the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. That's that look right there. She says, I want the TREATs, so donate now. Right? That's what you're saying, right? I'm hearing you correctly? Yes? Because we are 44% of the way to our goal. We're at $440. We have $560 to go. We could do that. $560 for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. We've got an hour and a half to do it. So get in there. Do it. Help us get to our $1,000 goal. Bitcoin, shockwaves, and unforeseen consequences. In a year, we will look back and think, these are the good old times. Lord help us all. Oh yeah, we're still in the halcyon days. Like, we've still not truly realized the consequences of our actions yet. We are fornicating in a circular pattern and going to discover exactly what the ramifications of that action was. Yes. Jiminy S. Houston. It's crazy to me that people can see Trump's temper tantrum today and think he's fit to hold office. Bill Clinton got skewered because he got a BJ. This guy's getting away with murder. Yeah. I mean, Obama wore a tan suit. It was the greatest travesty to ever befall the White House in history. Only second to the fact that Obama ordered Dijon mustard on a sandwich once. What an un-American queermo orders Dijon mustard on something. It's not in my America. Only some guy with a middle name Hussein would do that, right? Like, Jesus. Real men get their steak well done and put ketchup on it. Ah, dude. Monkey, dude. Was losing your leg the omen and portents to all this? Is that what we're facing here? Huh? Is that what we're facing, little monkey dog? Yeah? Yeah? You little goofer? You little goofy dog? She's got one thing in her mind. She's like, treat. But we gotta get further along than $440 before we ever get treats. We do have some delicious air dried liver pate chips that the puppy dog shop gave me. So she will get to sample those. If we get a little more donations for Thurgood Marshall College Fund. That's how I gotta bribe you. Is this beautiful little face right here? This little three-legged goofer. She wants all the treats. She needs the treats. She's going through chemo. She's lost her leg. All she has going for her right now is treats. And I'm a bastard. I'm withholding them until we get more donations for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. So, by all means. We got 142 of you in here. That means we get, what, like $4 a person? $4 a pop? And we $4. Each one of you donate $4 right now, and we will surpass our $1,000. And we will be helping 300,000 students get educations through that amazing organization. So, come on. Do it. Come on. I forgot to tell you what my recent play is. Oh, Stephanie L. Stephanie's doing it for you. She threw $5 in there, so she helped out like 1/4 of a person to help donate more. So Stephanie, thank you so much. So I sold my my GME calls I was holding for thinking something was going to happen in March, and actually bought a whole bunch of Tesla puts. Bought a bunch of Tesla puts at 270. It bounced off 275 today before going up to 293, somewhere around there, which is around when I bought towards the end of the day. So I think I got a good price for them. I wish I had done that last week. I would be up like $100,000 right now if I had just done that. So I'm sitting on the Teslas, hoping that, you know, everyone goes, yeah, Tesla is a $10 stock. Let's keep hammering it. They're losing market share. No one's buying their product. The toxic brand. It'd be nice. See what happens. Be nice if it happens. Anonymous still got $5. Julius got in there with $5. See, there we go. Now we just need another 140 of you to do that. So we're almost there. We're at $455, 45.5% of the way to our $1,000 goal. So we just need $545 to go. Not too shabby. We can do it, right? Yeah. Yeah. And D, is the next thing to happen Trump officially siding with Russia? Seems pretty damn imminent. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. Russia, Russia, Russia. It's all fake news. I'm now part of the axis of evil. That's basically what's going to happen. It's like, he'll lie to your face, and then he'll do exactly what you predicted he was going to do. And he'll be like, well, I never said I didn't like Russia, or I didn't like their money. It's so phenomenal to me that a nation like Russia, which has a GDP smaller than the GDP is like the size of Virginia or something like that, that they can wield as much power over the U.S. government as they do. I think the lesson here is that Gavin Newsom needs to somehow wield the purse strings of California to bribe every member of the government, and then maybe they'll be pro-America again. California's got the 5th largest GDP in the entire world. They can whoop on Russia financially if they wanted to. So, Gavin, you are the Democrats' psychopath. Why don't you do that? That's one way to wield power. Is to just pay every Republican in Congress to do what you want them to do, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I now switch allegiances. This guy paid me more money." It's pretty easy. So use that corruption to your benefit. There, rich states. Snort alert! Oh, Houston. What the fuck? Slava Ukraini from Germany. Yeah. What the fuck? Indeed, the snort alert. Oh, hey, look at that. Avocado's got in there, and Fred Jones got in there. Look, we're at 480. We only need $520 to go. So now I just need like 100. Well, it's got 151 of you now in here. So I just need like 145 of you to throw those $5 in there, and we will surpass that so much. So just make us have our 40-something in a row successful Charity Tuesday goal met. We have never missed a goal on Charity Tuesday. This includes the first Charity Tuesday where the goal is $500 and we raised $800 and something. So we're so good. We are so good at raising that money for charities. Let's keep the streak going, man. Let's keep it going. This is like the best winning streak I've ever been a part of is Charity Tuesdays. Always raising $1,000 or more for charity is just, see, Billy Mack. Billy Mack gets it, right? There we go. Boom. Billy Mack. That's the 144 of you guys. Just throw another $5 in there. Just like, boom, boom. I see name after name after name after name. Just, and then we get to $1,000, and then I can shut up about it and give Monkey some treats, right? That's what you want, right? I mean, look at the sad. Look how sad this dog is. Look at her. She lost a leg. And me not giving her treats because we're not meeting our goal is making her so sad. Look, oh, sad. Oh, she's so sad. She's such a sad dog. Yeah. Oh, with her little stump. With her little leg stump right there. Yeah, her little leg stump. Make that dog happy. Give her a reason to wag that tail. Donate $5 or more today to Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Black dog helping black college students go to historically black colleges and universities. That's our goal, right? Right, Monkey? Yeah. You're a southern dog. Your breed's from Louisiana. Yeah? It's in the bayou? Just a cold, silent stare of quit tormenting me. Hey, there's another anonymous one, and Leo B got in there too. See, Leo B got a big one, so we're now over halfway there. We're 4% of the way to our goal. It's only $460 to go. Yeah, not too shabby. Okay. Frozen State Productions. What happened to our tech growth rate? We went from muskets in the Civil War to blowing up cities in the end of World War II. I call bullshit. We have electrogravitic field propulsion, but it's kept secret. I never understood like why you would keep stuff like that secret, honestly. You know, like my grandfather was born in 1896. 1896. My grandmother, his wife, was born in 1894. He married an older woman. Ooh. So like the car was invented, right? The first flight happened. We had atomic bombs, autobahns, launching things into space, microprocessors, satellites, all in their lifetimes. Most of humanity was spent, you were a mud person, slaving away in a field for some lord or whatever, if you didn't happen to be in like a tribal environment where basically you're just doing, hunter-gatherer society. And when you died, nothing new had happened in your entire lifetime. That was how most of humanity operated. But my grandfather, he told a story about in like 1906, somewhere in there. So he was about 10 years old. And he was living in Georgia at the time. And that a door-to-door salesman came and he knocked on the door of the family's house. And he said, "Hey, I've got stock in the Ford Motor Company. 10 cents a share. Would you like to be an owner of Ford Motor Company?" And my great-grandfather's like, "I've never heard of a car. I've never seen one. I'm in rural Georgia. Why would I spend 10 cents on stock in something I've never even heard of before?" And each one of those 10-cent shares are worth like $65,000 today or something like that. $600,000. Something ridiculous is what those would have turned out to be. That was my grandfather. Like, never seen a car to traveling via airline around the world, helping design nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. Like, this is the stuff that blows my mind. How much rapid change happened in that period of time. So if we had gravitic traveling machines, like, why aren't we just using it? Why are we just keeping it secret? Like, oh, we can't let anyone know about this. Porque. Why not make some money off of it? Right? You got it. Use it. Why would we keep it secret from the Roswell crash in 1947 to now? And we could have been like kicking ass with it the entire time. Seems like a no-brainer to me. So, CC S2A 4IB. Any good dockets in BBY bankruptcy? Any new ones? Nothing new that seems pretty exciting at the moment. Yeah, nothing new that I know of at the moment. It's been exciting. So no, I'm gonna say no. Michael Steegs, news about Beyond. Oh, Beyond is doing like $100 and something million share offering, or unit offering, or mixed unit offering, whatever they call it. That's the newest. I'm not sure. T-Zorp, I think this weekend goes to the digital blockchain, and my guess is there'll be an announcement before the end of the month about spinning off Bye Bye Baby into something similar like that. So I think it's kind of where we are with Beyond. Frozen State Productions. Why is so-called UFO tech being hidden? Greed and power. Skunkworks, Boeing, etc. can sell an F-35 for $1 billion a pop. Call me crazy, but the tech has been here for decades. That's the thing. Is like think about how much you could sell electrogravitic whatever fighter jet for. You sell an F-35 for $1 billion a pop. You can sell this thing for $10 billion a pop. So, I mean, come on. Like, that's where the money is. If they're hiding it, why? What good does it do anybody? Right? There's money to be made, baby. Nico Daru donated. So there we go. Boom. We're at $554. We need $446 to our goal. 55.4% of the way there. We got an hour and 14 minutes to do it. So all 160 of you in here, $4. That's all I need. $4 from each one of you. And we surpass our goal. So we can do it. Actually, I think $3 could do it. We just get $3 from all of you. I'll do it. But might as well do $50 from all, $100 from all of you, $1,000 from all of you. Get in there. Help us get Charity Friday a success. Shadowfire, I'm here at the start. First time in a long time. Well, welcome. Because I'm now at the start of the chat. For the show. Marcella Giordano, hey Houston. Happy birthday. Thoughts on NextBridge's latest email regarding why their bank account seems an awful lot of effort screwing them over if nothing was going on? Oh, I forgot to mention that, didn't I? I got that email today. So, NextBridge Hydrocarbons sent out a press release talking about how at the end of 2024, they were debanked by Chase, claiming that their subsidiary Hudspeth was debanked by Chase, claiming that there's concerns about an ongoing investigation into them, but there was no investigation going on to Hudspeth. They just somehow got debanked by Chase, and they were forced to rapidly move all of their money and accounts into another bank, because for some reason Chase was like, no, you guys are criminals for no reason whatsoever, which seems really sketchy to me. And the way they worded it in the press release made it seem like it was really sketchy to NextBridge Hydrocarbons as well. So, Nico Daru jumping in there. Oh, sorry, Chillface. Nico Daru was the one above that. We already did that one. The Chillface jumping in there. So now we're at $604. We need $396 to go. That's like $2.50 for all 160 of you in here right now. So we're getting so close. We're 60.4% of the way to our $1,000 goal for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Oh yeah. Let's finish out what will probably be the last official Black History Month in history with at least a win. Come on, guys. We can do it. Thank you, Chillface. Thank you everybody else who's donated so far. We can do it. Fabrizio's plopping in here. Avocados, I'm so effing disgusted. Don't know whether to leave or buy some hardware. Yeah, it's kind of the rock and a hard place, right? You'd be like, well, if I leave, then I don't have to worry about this crap anymore, and I'm safe, right? Or I can stand up and try to fight for what I believe in against what could be impossible odds, and then just get evaporated in the process. That's a hard gamble right there. It's a very hard gamble. I was read an article the other day about the mass exodus of Americans to Italy has like overwhelmed Italy's immigration system. They like don't know what to do with all the Americans buying houses and just like buying up Italy right now, getting the hell out. So, and this is the type of stuff that happens in other countries, not in America, right? You can understand like, oh, Syria sucks. I'm gonna die. I need to get the hell out of here. And you hike, you raft, you whatever, float on a boat, like try to get anywhere you can that's not under Assad's regime. Same thing if you're in Sudan or Afghanistan or some other place that's a colossal giant shithole. But the amount of people fleeing right now, Americans that have the means to do so, is pretty unprecedented. These folks are like, they see the writing on the wall, and they're like, no, this is not going to end well, and I'm going to save my own skin while I can. That's something the privilege of my wealth can afford me at this point. And they're doing it. They are definitely doing it. They're going to Portugal. They're going to Spain. They're going to Thailand. They're going to Australia. They're going to the Caribbean islands. They're GTFOing at pretty high rates right now that we've not seen in other times. Like people, oh, George W. Bush wins. Oh, I'm going to leave America. This is actually happening at rates that have never happened in the U.S. before. We've never had this level of expatriation ever. And for somehow Donald Trump thinks he's going to offer a $5 million gold card for people to immigrate here. Why would rich people want to come to America, pay $5 million for the privilege of doing it, only to see everyone else being like, fuck this, and leaving? It's like, why would you want to be that salmon swimming upstream? And then Trump was doing math like, well, if 10 million people do it, we'll pay off the entire debt. You are not going to get 10 million people with $5 million around the world to pay money to come here. Especially under your fucking regime, dude. Yeah. Like, oh, if I pay $5 million to Putin, I can live in squalor too. That's basically what it's going to come down to. No, they're not going to give you $5 million. You absolutely demented fool. Well, yeah, but you're right. You're right, Ava. Running well, sup, no labs. Don't know. Trump and team fired the FDA device people. So now what? If you're going to apply for FDA permitting, there's no one to do the evaluation to grant you a permit or make you an official FDA-approved device. So that basically means that the United States, which had the gold standard for medical device certification, it can no longer certify medical devices. So that means No Lab may have to look at like Germany or Japan or Switzerland or some other country to certify their device because they can't do it in America. They fire them all. There's now no longer a single person left at the FDA who knows anything about the scientific method or evaluating medical devices. They're gone. We just blew that up. So what are you going to do? I don't know. Frozen Productions, Houston. Happy birthday. Just realized you are a postal procrastinator. You'll get to it. I am a postal procrastinator. Oh my gosh. It's like, it's at the point, I just, the 500 show giveaway killed me. It broke me. Like, it's like too much to try to get mailed. And I have a label maker now. I just need to actually hook it up to the computer. I need to get an official scale for mailing things, and I can just do it from home. I can just get it done, but oh my gosh. Oh, and I have to move. I forgot to mention that. I'm moving at the end of the month. So don't be surprised if you start seeing this room get packed into boxes and boxes being stacked in the corner because I'm moving at the end of the month. Yeah. So like that first week of April, I don't know if I'll get shows done. I'll try. But I might not have a computer set up anywhere. So just to warn you. So if anything exciting happens the first week of April, I may have to like just be like on my phone for 5 minutes and then go from there because I will be unpacking and cleaning this place and doing all that. So yeah. Oh, you're so close. We're Hungry Caveman got in there, right? Red Lightsaber got in there, so we're at $630. We're only $370 away from TREAT time, Monkey. $370. We're so close. Look at you. I'm getting your hopes up by paying attention to you and scratching your little brain. It's like she knows when Charity Tuesday is happening because she faces this direction. Fully expecting that at some point she's going to get fed like a queen. The rest of the shows, you just see her butt. She's like, I cannot be bothered. But right now, look at that face. Look at that. Look at that face begging for a donation right now. It's such a good little face. It's such a good little dog face. Look at that thing. Oh my goodness. It's so happy. Oh no, that's very sad. It's a very sad face right now. Because there's no TREATs happening. So just bombastic side eye. Where am I? I was postal procrastinator. Oh crap. I just lost my spot. Where was it? That was not there. That was not there. There it is. Okay. Dylan Miller. There was a good video of Elon on Joe Rogan today. Was Elon on Joe Rogan? I'll check it out. Joe Rogan is getting a lot of blowback from his viewers. Like, why are you slurping on Elon all the time, man? Grow spine. And now Midas Touch is the number one podcast in America. They've surpassed Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan, I think, jumped the shark with his Elon lust. Yeah. The Daily Show asked Elon to come on. He's like, I will if you don't edit it. And so the Daily Show is like, okay. By all means, please, Elon, go there, sit in front of Jon Stewart. Please do it. Please, I beg of you. I beg of you. You will desperately be trying to buy Paramount Viacom to keep it from airing. Please, Elon, please be dumb enough to sit there in front of Jon Stewart, unedited, for however long the interview goes for. Oh, it'd be delicious. It'd be absolutely delicious. Hey, John, here's if you're Jon Stewart watches my show all the time. He's like in here constantly. You guys see him in the chat. John, if Elon agrees to do the show and he brings little X with him, first of all, tell him you cannot bring a child on stage with you. He's not being interviewed. You're being interviewed. So they keep him in the green room. And then call Grimes and tell Grimes, like, hey, dude, come get your kid. Right? And then Grimes comes. She takes little X with her back to her house where he's supposed to be because she's got custody according to the courts. And then Elon no longer has his little flesh human shield to use everywhere. So, and then he can get the kid the medical treatment he needs because apparently Elon's not doing it. So seems like, see, John, what a great plan that is. That you could absolutely like tear Elon down publicly and remove his little human shield from him so that he has like a mother now who can actually raise him and not forget him on stage. So, hey, you can use that. Juice Mammy says blah. Kyle Garibaldi. What is it? Why is it so hard to find a billionaire in RC who is down to earth, reasonable, and interested in the promotion of traditional American ideals of community and public interest? There's a couple of them out there. Mark Cuban, you can complain about Mark Cuban in ways you want, but he seems to be out there doing specifically that. I don't agree with him on everything, but I do agree with him on assessing the danger of the current administration, for sure. Richard Branson's not American, but he seems to be also out there doing that. Is that the entire list? That might be it. I think I went through it. There's two of them who could possibly be on there. They could also be complete sociopaths who are playing us. I have no idea. You can never tell with a billionaire. What do you think, Monkey? Oh, also, what's his butt? The guy who founded the band Yellow. Dieter. Oh, what's that guy's name? Let's see if I can. Yellow band. Dieter Meier? No, is that right? Yeah, Dieter Meier. Dieter Meier. I got the name right. Okay, so Dieter Meier is fucking rad. Have you guys ever heard of this dude? Where'd you go? Chrome. There you are, Chrome. Chrome. Bing. Come on, turn on. Turn on. Dieter Meier. Done. What in the... Oh, that's because that paint that's not working is on. There we go. Okay. Dieter Meier, this guy right here. He's Swiss. He's the son of a Swiss industrialist. You know that song? Oh, yeah. That was this guy. Dieter Meier. Dieter is incredible. How do I get rid of this? There we go. Early life. Born March 4th, 1945. He started studying law at university, dropped out without a degree after he tried working at a bank and as a professional gambler. Due to his father, who Meier claimed rose from poor origins to become a successful private banker, by the time he went to university, Meier was already a millionaire. In the 1970s, Meier bought the two founders of Swiss electronic band Yellow. Was brought in when the two founders of the Swiss band Yellow required a singer. The band was originally formed by Boris Blink and Carlos Perron. And Meier provided almost all the vocals, including backing vocals and lyrics for "Oh Yeah," Yellow's most commercially successful single. The song appears in numerous films, television shows, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, blah 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 blah. Okay, so this dude is literally the son of like a billionaire industrialist who owns a huge chunk of Europe. He's a conceptual artist, and he does really weird things. My favorite was the train station. Was it in Berlin or Kassel, Germany? Okay, so as a conceptual artist, he exhibits at art exhibitions. He began his career as a performance artist in the late 1960s. 1972, as part of a document of 5, Meier installed a commemorative plaque in the railway station in Kassel, Germany, which read, "On 23rd of March, 1994, from 3 to 4 p.m., Dieter Meier will stand on this plaque," and then honored the promise 22 years later. There you go. That's how you be an avant-garde billionaire. You don't need to like destroy the world for whatever megalomaniacal dreams you have, you can do weird shit like this. You can just install a plaque on a platform at a train station, and then 22 years later, stand on that plaque for an hour and walk away. Like, how that is how you should behave if you are a billionaire. Especially if you're like, especially if you're the child of a billionaire. Like, when you're the child of someone rich, be weird. Don't be destructive. Why do you feel the need to be destructive? What good does it do anybody? Be weird like Dieter. So, yeah, there's like 40-something Yellow albums now. There's a huge bunch. If I go back, how many albums are there? There's a ridiculous amount of Yellow albums. They're pretty good. That's all there is? I thought there was more than this. I thought there was a lot more. I stole them off the internet. There's like, swear there's like 40 of them in there. Maybe there's a lot of greatest hits and stuff in it. But yeah, like, be weird, man. Dieter's awesome. Be like Dieter. Oh, shit. Didn't turn the other one off, monkey. I know, you're whining. I'm whining. Right? You're staring at the thing above my head because you know what's up there. And I just can't give it to you yet. I have to withhold from you until we get to $1,000. And then when we get to $1,000, you can be rewarded, right? Oh yeah, you tried to scratch your head, but your leg isn't there. I'm so sorry. See that? Did you see that? She tried to scratch her head, but her leg wasn't there. So I've got to do it for her now. I've got to do it for her. Her poor little leg is gone, and she can't scratch her head. And you guys are making it so she can't get her treats yet. So by all means, you got to get in there, right? Did I do it for you? Did I do it for you? Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry you can't scratch your head because you don't have that leg to do that anymore, and I had to do it for you. Yeah. Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Help monkey scratch your head. Dimitri Maximoff. Thank you, Dimitri. Getting in there. And Hungry Caveman got in there again. Fantastic. We are at, where are we? We're at $650. $650. It's only $350 to go. We're 65% of the way to our $1,000 goal. And we have 57 minutes to get $350. There's 154 of you in here. That's less than $3 each. $3 each. That's all we need. $3 each from every single one of you, and we surpass our goal. And Monkey gets treats, and she won't feel sad about the fact she can't scratch that side of her body anymore because the leg isn't there. So, yeah, think about that. Think about that as you're punching in your credit card information so you can donate to the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Your Body, happy birthday. Thank you. Just Mammy, Mackenzie Scott. Mackenzie Scott. Yeah, Mackenzie Scott. She's done a phenomenal job. So is Melinda Gates. I find it really interesting. I've read an article about Melinda Gates and the divorce and everything. So Bill Gates built this giant compound in Medina. It is huge. It's like you have to take golf carts to get from one end to the other, and it's gigantic. And one of the first things Melinda did before she filed for divorce is she bought this 1,200 square foot 3-bedroom townhome on Capitol Hill in Seattle. And then she filed for divorce and she moved in. It's within walking distance of cafes and stuff. And apparently she's happy as a clam. This little 1,200 square foot house that's worth $72,000 or something, and not in the $200 million giant compound that's built like a hotel. She's just so happy that she can just walk out of her front door and walk into a cafe and order a coffee and walk home. There's something to be said about that. You can have the 500-foot yacht and the helicopters and the private security and all that stuff, but when is you time, right? When do you get to be you? It's fun to enjoy a cruise ship, but do you really want to own the cruise ship and have the responsibility for the cruise ship and all that stuff? Or you could just have a giant palace with servants everywhere and just they're all over the place all the time. They're constantly vacuuming and dusting and cooking and mowing lawns. And when do you get to do things or have accomplishments? Or I don't know. There's something to be said about being worth $50 billion and just living in a 1,200 square foot house. Being charity, right? Sold out. Thank you, sold out. So they're at $670, $330 to go. Which basically is like $2.25 per person for all who are watching right now. Not such a bad idea. First Day Productions, Citadel hired another top lawyer to fight NWBO's lawsuit this year. This new lawyer specializes in settlements. I think Citadel is trying to avoid disclosure or discovery. Bing, 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 bing. They cannot have disclosure or discovery on any of that stuff. Ever. They can't afford it. So they will do whatever they can. Be like, well, we will cut you a check for billions if you do not force us to go to trial. And so it will come down to, will NWBO, could they be bought? Or they'll be like, you know what? In this case, no. We want all this information to come forward. Can they sacrifice themselves like that? That's what I want to know. Owen Saunders, hi pal. Why is it that the world sees Trump as a psychopath, rapist, yet the whole MMTOP community sees him as the Lord and Savior? I don't understand. Like, I think they think because not much traction was happening under the other administration, obviously the opposite's going to happen under this one, which is like, he's going to fight for us. He does not give a shit about you. If he cared about the little guy against the big guy, he would be dumping weapons into Ukraine like nobody's business. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that at all. He's not going to do shit for you. So, no, it's a delusion of sorts, and I don't know what the solution is to that. I don't know. I don't know. He's not going to do anything. Not going to do a goddamn thing. McCabe is a little guy in the oil industry. We got big guys like Exxon, Occidental, etc., plus even bigger market makers like Concord Genuity, GTS, Citadel, etc., all against you. Trump will look at the numbers and go, "Oh, you're worth this. They're worth this. I'm going with that." So, yeah, he's not going to do anything for the MMTLB community. Period. They're stripping everything out of the SEC that could do something about it. So there's gonna be no avenue forward. The solution is to get better people in, not worse. And we did not put better people in. We put the worst ones in there. So it's just going to get worse. Nobles, Houston, any comments on BBBY bond prices activity recently? Apparently bond prices have gone above the 2.5% payout that's stipulated in the confirmed plan. So that tells me that the market thinks there's going to be a payout larger than 2.5%. You know, well, the market believes that, so that's something to think about. Angela Kruter, wow, finally got my shit together and I'm watching live for once. Well, welcome, Angela Kruter. By all means, donate to Charity Tuesday. We need $330 more. There's 150 of you in here, and we can do it. Just a couple bucks each. And we're there. Let's do it. Bam. Let's get it. Woo! We have 51 minutes to do it. And Andrew Kudrell says, happy belated. Thank you. Billy Mack. People warn me about the Bible movement in the Southeast states, and I'm seeing in real time how this cultish behavior is growing strong. How would you talk to someone with these extremist views? I don't know the answer to that. I've dealt with members of my family who have been members of that. And the only thing that changed their minds was them hitting some sort of rock bottom where they had an epiphany. My oldest brother, he had become a fundamentalist religious person, was traveling the country in a bus trying to convert hippies to Seventh-day Adventism for like 20 years. Just bounced around the country trying to convert people. Converted this many people in that time. And he like met some hippie girl, fell in love, followed her down to Mexico because she wanted some like spiritual tree, and then she just ditched him, like left him in Mexico. And and prior to him becoming a religious nut job, he had been a pilot, like flying jets and stuff and making good money. And he and my other brother used to go like fly around the world and go surfing and had a great time. And he's in this little town, Mexico, and he's in the beach and he's looking out these beautiful waves. And he's like, I haven't gone surfing in like 20 years. Not only that, I haven't enjoyed myself in 20 years. I've been pretty goddamn miserable this entire time. I've not had any fun. I have no friends. I have no one that loves me. I am a miserable SOB. And so he rented a surfboard, he paddled out, had the time of his life, he's out there floating on the water, and he's like, there is no God, I am now a communist. Which means he's going from one extreme to another at this point. That's kind of what he does. He like bounces back and forth. But it usually takes some sort of self-reflection, self-opinion. I work with a woman, she's a lesbian, married to another woman, but grew up in a very fundamentalist, right-wing, religious community. Her parents are still in it. And she basically was asexual. She just denied sexuality of her person in any way, shape, or form, and was working in Idaho and going to this church where she met a lovely woman. I think she's fantastic. And they eventually just fell in love. And they're like, oh my God, we're both lesbians stuck in this religious society that thinks we are the devil. And it took the love of another person to pull her out of that and go, oh my gosh, what was I doing? And now her family won't talk to her. She's the persona non grata. She has like no friends from her past will talk to her. She's basically, it's just her and her partner and whatever new friends they make along the way. So it takes some sort of personal need for personal growth or realization, I think, to truly get it. You will not be able to talk reason into somebody who firmly believes they're doing what God is willing them to do. You can't reason with that. Try to do that with a suicide bomber from an Islamist, militia. You cannot reason with them. How can you reason with what God is telling you to do? Here in my community, there's this dude, Mr. Florian. He was a math teacher at my school, in my high school, and he set out to make my life a living hell, all because before my math class every day, and I'm in a class with a lot older students than me because I was in advanced math, he would read his church bulletin to us before he taught us math. He'd be like, well, today's church bulletin, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Mr. Florian, you can't do that. You're a state employee. This is endorsement of religion. This is a no-no. Stop reading your church bulletin. I'm 14 years old, right? And he was like, I will make this child's life a living hell. So he set out to like fail me in math classes. He's the only teacher who taught computer programming. He, for just no reason whatsoever, failed me in computer programming. I had to go to summer school for computer programming when I was in high school because my programs are just as good as anybody else's. But nope, this kid told me not to read my church bulletin. I'm going to fail him. So halfway through my junior year of high school, our assistant principal, she goes on maternity leave. And who do they tap to be our assistant principal? Mr. Florian. Mr. Florian set out from that point forward to wield his power, not to do good for the school, but to try and make my life a living hell. And he almost succeeded. He almost succeeded. I played lots of sports in school. We're required to take 3 physical education classes. For some reason, when they made my schedule, they make my PE classes first thing in the morning. And so I went and I met with the PE teachers who also were the sports coaches and stuff. I was like, look, guys, I meet these physical fitness requirements. I'm going to go on and play baseball at a high level and probably do other sports. How about I sleep during first period, and the only days I show up are when we do the fitness challenges, and I will pass all those fitness challenges. You just give me a C and we're good to go. And the PE teachers, there's 3 PE teachers because of giant classes. And like, works for us. Yeah, cool. So I skipped almost every single solitary PE class for 3 entire terms. And just showed up for the fitness challenge days. I ran my mile in under 8 minutes. I did my whatever pull-ups and sit-ups and all that stuff. And they were fine. They gave me my C's and moved on. Mr. Florian saw all these absences in there. And he was like, I am going to punish Houston. I'm going to give him a detention for every day he missed PE. And so he gave me all these detentions. And I just went to the attendance lady and I was like, look, I'm 18 years old now. I'm going to sign myself all these detentions. She was like, yeah, it's the law. So I signed myself out. I wasn't 18. I totally lied. I was 17 at the time. But she never checked my ID. So I was just like, she went with it. I'm like, okay. So Mr. Florian then, like weeks later, discovers that I lied and I signed myself out of these detentions. So he's like, oh, I'm going to give you all the detentions in the world. But by then I had my 18th birthday, so I just signed myself out again. So there's nothing he could do about that. So then he was like, I'm going to hold you back. You are not going to graduate. You are going to stay here and take all those PE classes. At this point, my mother and father, knowing that I do not do well with authority I don't respect, they had a meeting with Mr. Florian without my knowledge at all. They go and they have this meeting with Mr. Florian and they sit down and they explain to him. I said, Mr. Florian, Houston's a smart guy. He can use his smarts for good, or he uses smarts for evil. And you are pushing him to use his smarts for evil. If you hold him behind, he does not go off to school, does not get to enjoy his baseball scholarship, and does not leave this island, he is going to spend the next year making your life an absolute living hell because he'll have nothing restraining him from doing it. You will kill yourself before the end of the school year next year if you force Houston to stay behind, because he will be sure that happens. Just let him graduate. Let him move on. Let him live his life. And something in that conversation resonated with Mr. Florian, where he was like, oh, this may come back to bite me in the ass, because this grown man will be determined to spend every moment and resource he has to see to it that I commit suicide. And it's true. I would have devoted every moment of every day into making that man hate his existence and wishing he had never been born, because it would have been justified as far as I was concerned. So anyway, I move on. But the year after I move on, Mr. Florian starts inviting youth pastors from various churches in the Puget Sound area to come to the school and sit and have booths to recruit students into their churches. And so there's a newspaper article about how this is happening, and Mr. Florian gets a slap on the wrist, told, no, you can't do that. And he's like, oh, okay, I will never do that again. And then he gets busted doing it a couple more times. So he gets promoted upwards. So he fails upwards from being a shitty math teacher to a shitty vice principal to being a full principal at the middle school. So around 2013 or so, 14, somewhere in there, it gets found out that the middle school, Mr. Florian had removed all of the parent volunteers and replaced them with youth pastors from various churches to now run the lunchrooms and things like that at the middle school. And these youth pastors were then proselytizing to all the kids during lunch and during breaks. And not only that, but it's required by law that anyone who's a volunteer at the school pass a background check, and he never made any of these youth pastors pass any background checks. And it turns out a couple of them may have gotten in trouble for touching kids. Oops. And would have failed those background checks had they actually been done. So there was a whole bunch of meetings of the school board over this whole thing. And I wrote a letter to the superintendent of the schools talking about my experience in Mr. Florian's religious zealotry. And they asked me to come speak as a witness at the school board meeting. So I did. I told them the story, and I told them how he, failed me for math. I became a math professor, failed me for computer programming. I became a computer programmer, and then I'm working as an astrophysicist today. And, and Mr. Florian is at the meeting, and he leans to his microphone and goes, Mr. Wade, maybe you failed those classes just because you thought you were smarter than everyone else. And I leaned to the microphone and I said, Mr. Florian, I was smarter than everyone else. Anyway, he lost his job. And fuck that guy. But Mr. Florian knew, as a state employee, his job was not to use it to force children to come into contact with proselytizing youth pastors. But his job was to, educate kids and facilitate that the best way he could. But you cannot tell him no, because the state law says one thing, God's law says another. And so you cannot debate with Mr. Florian as to what is right and wrong, because he will always supersede what he views as God's law above everything else, which is the beauty of religious zealotry, is that so long as an authority figure is believed to be a conduit for God's law, that authority figure can tell anyone in their congregation how to think, how to behave, what to believe, and they'll believe it wholesale because it came from God himself. And so, yeah, you how to talk to someone with these extremist views. Basically, the best you can do, I guess, is if they aren't a leader in the community themselves, but are in fact just a follower, is to somehow plant seeds of doubt. I guess that's probably the best way you can do it. You give them, copies of the Apocrypha, so they read what books of the Bible were left out. They read about Jesus murdering children as a child, right? Cavorting with lots of prostitutes. The fact that Jesus had a whole bunch of different siblings. How Mother Mary was basically the Messiah figure before Jesus was the Messiah figure, right? These are the weird things that are in the Apocrypha. You can plant those seeds of doubt in there, and you don't like that thing. You won't like that one. And maybe perhaps it at night worms its way through their brain as they're having dreams, and they find their way out. But for most people, it's easier just to be told what to think than to actually think for yourself. It's like too much work. You just do what you're told, and then you can enjoy The Bachelor and fishing, and that's it. So yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Maybe show them the movie The God Who Wasn't There. It's a great documentary that can really piss off some fundamentalists talking about historical Jesus. The fat guy wants to come in. Fat guy, you want in? Here? That guy? You were yelling. Where are you? Well, there you are. Come on. You can't just yell in front of the door and then run away. What kind of fat cat is that? So, that's the best advice I got for you on that one. We're still at $670. We have 37 minutes still to run away. So basically, we need to raise $10 a minute. Sorry. Yeah, $10 a minute. Or else we're going to have a failure of Cherry Tuesday. We can't have a failure of Cherry Tuesday. We can't make this the first failure of Cherry Tuesday ever. We have $370 to go. There's 156 of you in here. That's $2 and change for each one of you. Please make Cherry Tuesday a success, please. I apologize. I don't have giveaways to give away this time because I have too much I got to mail. But fat cat, come up here and show some nipple. Come on, let's show some nipple. Yeah, there you go. Come up here. We'll show some kitty nipple. Maybe those nipples. Look at those nipples. Look at those things. Look at that fat guy and those nipply nipples right there. Oh my gosh. Look at all of them. They're so nipply. Yeah, well, is that enough? Is that enough to get $330 for charity? Huh? What do you think, fat guy? Will that do it? Will that do it? Huh? We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. Okay. Where were we, Billy Mac? Now, Ciz54, reverse repo back on the rise. Seems like a lot of short hedge funds cashed out on crypto. I smell desperation. Come on, big payday. I want out of this funky country. What a disappointment of a country. All lies. That's coming, man. I think that is definitely on the train coming on down the pike. Oh, you're gonna bite me? You're gonna bite me? Because I'm scratching your butt? Huh? Bite me because I'm scratching your butt? Yeah. No, don't bite me more. Yeah. Jason Irons, 29, Mississippi Burning, favorite Gene Hackman movie. Oh, Mississippi Burning is a good movie too. Yes. That might be there. Angela Couture. They ruled out carbon monoxide. Only one of 3 dogs died. Oh, so there was more dogs in the house, so only one of 3 dogs died. That's weird. That's very weird. Yeah. Quick and the Dead. Quick and the Dead's a good movie. Quick and the Dead's interesting because it's the only Sam Raimi movie where the classic is not featured. So, Sam Raimi, director of the Evil Dead movies and Spider-Man movies, did like Hudsucker Proxy, some other things. Every single movie, there's this piece of shit Pontiac Bonneville. Is it Pontiac Bonneville? It might be a Grand Prix. That he features in the film. It's the car he had in high school. And it's the car that Ash had, and like they drop from, the time thing and Army of Darkness and everything. It's in every single solitary movie of his. It was the car that Uncle Ben drove in Spider-Man movies. He puts in every movie, except he couldn't put it in Quick and the Dead because it's a cowboy movie. So it's the only movie that does not have the classic in it. I learned all about that from Bruce Campbell's autobiography, which is hilarious, by the way. Because he grew up with the Raimi brothers and making movies with them, and that's how they all got their start. So Darren Saunders, there we go. There's $10 from Darren Saunders. That's getting us up there. We're at $6.94 now. Is that another Nicodaro came in? Oh, fantastic. Nicodaro coming in twice. And Sold Out comes in again. Oh my goodness, we're at $7.44, buddy. $7.44. That's $256 to go. So easy. So easy. $2 each. $2 each. Less than $2 each now. Oh, we can do it. We can do it, right, fat guy? We got half an hour to do it. Scratch your little face. I'm so excited. I'm so excited we're going to get to our $1,000 goal. We're going to do it, man. We're going to do it. Thank you. Thank you, Nicodaro. Thank you, Darren Saunders. Thank you, Sold Out. Thank you. Right? And you're so close to a treat. Oh, did I say the word too loud? You can't get it yet. Can't get it yet. $256 to go. I can't get it yet. Can't get it yet. Angela Couture, his pacemaker stopped on the 17th, so it's been dead for a while. Cal Garibaldi, would Lex Luthor be a better sitting U.S. president? What's funny is in what was the Superman comics where Superman alternate universe Superman lands in Soviet Union instead of in the U.S. and Lex Luthor is president in that universe, and he's a pretty darn good president. So depending on I think how Lex Luthor is raised or his experiences growing up, he can actually be a pretty good president according to the Superman universe. Right? I know your friend got in there again. Oh, there we go. We're at 74. 74. $246 to go, kitty. 246. We're so close. We're so close to getting our $1,000 for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. Helping some kids go to school or become doctors, become lawyers, right? We got excited monkey dog down here. She knows we're getting close. She can sense. She can see her little stumpy leg right there, just sensing with that tail wag. That tail wagging. Oh, wag. Right? Wag. Right, buddy. Yeah. All right, here we go. We're on the home stretch here. Andrew Kruter, that's just the most recent information given today. Okay, only 1 of 3 dogs died. Yeah. Billy Mack, I hear that cats will eat you right away when you die, but a dog might starve themselves. Kitty, you try to eat me right now and I'm alive. So, yeah, I think a cat has no problem. None whatsoever, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, the scratching of the head, just raw. Andrew Kruger says, I heard that too. I'm glad my cats will survive. Billy Mack, we should do a bingo card like these other expert influencers and really predict what happens in a few years. Yeah, we probably should. Superman Red Sun. Thank you, Shane E. That's the one I'm looking for. Superman Red Sun. I think they did a movie version of it too, or at least cartoon movie version of it. I thought it was a great thesis to start on. Like, what would the world be like if Superman landed in Soviet Russia instead of the USA? Like, wholesome American boy becomes Soviet super soldier, right? Right? What kind of things would it force America to do to combat the possibility of Soviet super soldier? Oh, buddy? You scratchy little butt cat? All right. Muley McWoolhead, are strikers protected anyway? They normally are, but we've gutted the National Labor Resources Board, so there may not be any protections. But you know what? Ideally, the people who would punish striking workers would also be on strike in a perfect general strike. So think about that. Avocados, 4th of July would be a great time to have a big old party. No work the week before. Tanks rolling third. Why not? Might be too late by then. We may need something sooner than that. Fred Jones, I got some puts on DJT. Come on market crash. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. I don't know if DJ2 will respond to a market crash because it's a great way for foreigners to buy influence with the president, is holding that stock hostage. So, hmm, hmm, hmm. That might be a gambly one there, Fred. I'll be honest. Just like, crypto is a great way to buy foreign influence with Trump. You can do it anonymously, but you can send him proof that, like, hey, I hold $500 million in your crypto. I can crash this thing anytime I want, type thing. So, something to think about. Pedro Carvalho. Trump is the biggest asshole ever. Disgrace the world. I agree. Angela Crutrell says, don't forget about the scandal of Michelle's bare arms. Oh, Michelle's bare arms. And then there's current first lady. Michelle wore a sleeveless gown. Shocking. She showed her arms to the world. When we know you can show your tits to the world and be first lady and not be above criticism. Come on, it's art. You can't criticize the lady who came here and worked for a modeling agency known to hire out Eastern European models for sex and be like, Michelle Obama showed her arms. That is also, it's a horror. Chico Ed, donated $20. We're getting there. We're at $774. $226 to go. $226. And we're so close. It's like $1.50. $1.75 for each one of you who are watching right now, and we can meet our goal. Don't leave it up to just Chico Ed, not your friend, and Sold Out, and Nicodaro, the other donors. Get in there. Get in there and get us to our $1,000 goal. Sometimes it's like, gotta pull the teeth. There's a creature down here that would love to have a dried pate liver treat. And she'd be like, oh, life is so good. Frank Mulak. The People's Union USA is a grassroots movement dedicated to economic resistance, government accountability, and corporate reform. Okay, People's Union USA. Let's get them organizing that general strike, man. Yeah. And 9 saying, oh God, Tesla's going to skyrocket next week because I bought puts. Yeah, I should have bought them last week, man. Oh, Inverse Houston's going to kick in. Veer what's your expiration date for the 270 puts? I bought weeklies for the 270s for next week, and I also bought a couple 230s for 2 weeks out. Tesla can fluctuate $15, $20 in a day, so I can get out if there's a good fluctuation going on and reset. So, yeah. Avocados. Is there any way we can buy ammo for Ukraine? Google got one of those kind of charities set up. Maybe we can send them a drone with a heartfelt message inside of from all of us in the U.S. There is. You can buy rounds of ammunition. You can buy missiles. You can even buy fighter jets for them. And what they'll do is they'll customize rounds with messages. So you pay X number of hundreds of dollars. They will put a message on a missile or a mortar round and send that to the Russians, and they'll help them go on the market and actually buy more rounds of munitions. I can't remember the exact name of the website at this time, but there it is possible. You can actually buy that stuff for them. And you get personalized messages that will end up obliterating a dugout somewhere in eastern Ukraine. Avocado says, I have so much respect for Mackenzie Scott. Wish there was more like her. Yeah. Mackenzie Scott ended up with $35 billion. And I think she's donated most of it so far to charities. And she basically gave the finger to Elon Musk, donating charities that Elon Musk doesn't like at one point this summer. So, way to go, Mackenzie. Crap. I lost my spot. That's People's Union one. Okay, that's that one. That's Vera Nokum's question. That's Avocados. Ammo one. That's Avocados. Oh, here we go. Okay. Nico Daro, I just want Monkey Butt to get her treat. Don't we all? We are $226 away from a Monkey Butt treat. So she hears that crinkly plastic happen, and her little head pops up on the other side of the ottoman and goes, we're so close. Right, fat guy? We are so close, fat guy. So close. So close. Oh, yeah. Oh, you can't think when I scratch your butt. You can't think. Your brain turns off. It turns off. You can't think at all. Oh, my gosh. Red lightsaber. Wife is a federal worker. This last week has been hell. Fuck Musk and name is Nazi sympathizers. It's nuts. It's nuts. So, you know, my mother was an oncology nurse at the Veterans Hospital for 30 years, and the way she described the work that the volunteers do, she's like, the hospital doesn't operate without volunteers. It cannot. The volunteers take up so much administrative slack at the VA hospital, and they do so much to help out doctors, nurses, and patients that it cannot operate without them. And now they fired all the volunteer coordinators, and there are no more volunteers at the veterans hospitals. Not only that, there's certain credit cards that are used for emergency expenses, buying fuel for shuttle vans, hotel rooms for transplant patients, things like that. Elon Musk Doge reduced all those cards down to $1. They have $1 limit. They can only buy $1 worth of stuff, which means they can't buy flights for transplant patients who live outside of the state of Washington. The VA hospital here in Seattle operates as the main hospital for transplants and big surgeries for Alaska, Hawaii, Idaho, Montana, and Oregon. So those 5 states, including Washington. So if you're a transplant person who, you get notice, hey, there's a heart for you, and they need to pop you on a plane in Billings, Montana, and get you here, they can't do that anymore. They can't even drive them because they can't use a card to pay for the gas because there's not enough limit on it. Is this what veterans voted for? Is this what members of the military voted for when they voted for Trump? Was to make it impossible for them to get medical care? Is that what we wanted? Because that's what you're getting. You're getting a Veterans Affairs Department that cannot do anything for veterans because they fired everyone. If you're active duty military and you're trying to go to the military hospital, whether it's Walter Reed, whether it's a Bremerton Naval Hospital, you're not going to be seen by anybody because they fired all the doctors and they fired all the nurses. So it's going to be you waiting in a line of 2,000 people waiting to be seen by the one doctor who's left. It's nuts. The entire national park system costs the taxpayers $3.6 billion a year to operate. And it generates well over $50 billion a year for the local economies around those parks. The payoff is huge. And all the parks are closed because they fired all the rangers. So they can't operate anymore. So these beautiful, 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 beautiful places, the stuff we've put on stamps, right? And we advertise to the world, you cannot go to because they're closed because there's nobody to run the places. Good job. Good job. Just fantastic. Just Mammy just saw the letter that the hammer drops on massive terminations on March 13th. Yep. That's where we are. Anonymous throwing the $2. We need $224 now. $224. We're so close. We're 21 minutes away. So we need like $11 a minute coming in here today at the end. Can you do it? Can we get $11 a minute coming in for the next 21 minutes? Because we cannot have a failed Charity Tuesday. It can't happen. We can't do that. Come on, guys. We can do this. Avocado sends a hugs to Red Lightsaber. Snurtler, are you leaving the Puget Sound? No, I'm moving into another house. I'll still be here on Bainbridge, just not in this house anymore. So my cousin's coming back, and I've been renting his house from him while he's been in Southern California for the last 8 years. So it's a sweet deal. Great property. It will no longer be mine. That's okay. Such is life. Says 54, Elon won't go on the Daily Show. It's recorded in New York City. Too many Luigis walking around, to be honest. I don't think that human shield that he carries around will stop anyone. It's a crazy world, and he's pushing it. Come on, Elon, you gotta do it. If not for the Luigis walking around, show them that you're tough. You're not gonna be scared of any Luigi copycats out there. You're too strong, big of a man. You're too big and strong of a man with a botched penis enlargement to not go on the Daily Show. Come on, show them what a tough guy you are, Elon. Show them what a cage fighting kung fu master, botched penis enlargement guy you are. Show them. Show them by going on the Daily Show, Elon. Show them exactly what a big, strong, strapping, ubermensch of the apartheid South Africa with a botched penis surgery you are, my guy. Show them just how much of a real man jerks off into a thimble-sized vial so that you can impregnate women with technology. Come on, my guy. Show them. Show them. Show them what a big, strong, manly man you are. You're not scared of anything, right? You're not scared of a little 5'8" Jew named John Stewart. You're not scared of that guy. You're a big, strong man, right? With a botched penis surgery. Come on, Elon. You're not a weenie. You're a tough guy. Show him. Robert Hurt, the White House briefing room has added a couple of seats for podcasters. I think you should go. Oh, how did he stand up at the gulag so quickly? He was at a White House briefing. Oh, they don't ask me. They would only call me once if I ended up there, and then you would never hear from me again. I would be like set adrift on a patch of reeds in the middle of the ocean or something, and that would be it. That's how Houston would disappear forever. Oh yeah, second intro came in. David Baker, Muppet. He can't even keep himself from screwing up intros. That's true. Oh, Sold Out got in there again, and Confusing got in there. 816. So we're now below $200. $184 to go. There's 154 of you in here. So it's like $1.20 each? Come on. We've got 18 minutes. So we need a little more than, well, about $10 a minute to get through here. Come on. We're so close. Sold Out. I know you're picking up the slack there. Thank you so much. Angela Kruter. Also, if you're the child of someone poor, be weird. Just be weird. Oh yeah, just be weird in general. Like a good weird, not a bad weird. Not like that guy's really weird. I don't recommend being alone in a room with him. But weird like, that's funny. Be that kind of weird. Euphoria Morning. Hi, Houston. Just jumped in late. Man, just watched the Trump attack on Zelensky. Him and his bully bitch boy Vance. The dude got mugged on live TV. Unreal. Yeah. Robert Hurt. John Travolta parks his planes in his front yard. He does. He has like his own private runway, and the house is built into a hangar and stuff. I did see a Zillow Gone Wild about a house, this giant mansion hangar, weird, looks like an Arabian palace in Nevada for sale for $35 million. So if you want to have your own John Travolta type house, they can house like a 727. It's out there. It's there for you. Person with no name. Hi, Houston. Just saying hello. Hello, person with no name. And 9. You know who would have money to bring in whoever they wanted? All these billionaires. USA is for sale. There's not enough billionaires. Like, there's not enough of them. I guess if you're a billionaire and you want to bring in certain people, you can give them $5 million to then give the U.S. government to bring them in. But are billionaires really run that kind of charity? Right? It's just so much cheaper to do human trafficking. It's almost free. Yeah. First Day Productions, nice. Wish I had a few extra dollars to donate. Next charity. We still $184. We're so close. We got 15 minutes. Oh, Nico Daru. Holy crap, Nico Daru's coming in hot with $100 Canadian. Woo! There we go. So now we did $115. $115. We're so close. $115. 15 minutes. That's less than $10 a minute. Until we finally can make a successful Cherry Tuesday. We can get Monkey Butt, that liver pate, right? Look at the little eyeballs poking above there. See, she's perked up. She knows we're so close. We're so close. J-Dog, next bridge released more bad news. JP Morgan chase, only 27 more days till Mariners start their World Series chase. I mean, hey, Mitch Haniger, Mitch Garver, the two Mitches who failed miserably last year, having another hell of a spring. Absolutely just raking right now. So let's see if they can actually translate that into a season, because we could use some offense for the Mariners. They had the worst offense in baseball last year, while having the best pitching staff in the last 30 years. So we're going to waste the best pitching staff in baseball with the worst offense and miss the playoffs again by 2 games. We'll have 30 games this season where the Mariners will lose 2-1 or 1-0 and miss the playoffs because we couldn't spend the money to pick up one bat. We didn't get ourselves a Pete Alonso. We didn't get ourselves anybody, really. We got a part-time first baseman from the Pirates who hit .213 last season, so we had that going for us. Anonymous got in there, so now less than $105. We need $95. Thank you, Anonymous. $95. We have 13 minutes to get $95, and we have a successful trade at Tuesday. We can't break the streak. Come on. We're so close. We're so close to liver pate, right? So close to liver pate. Prostate Productions. It's bizarre to turn your back on friends and family who are bi, gay, or trans. It's weird. It's weird how your belief that whatever they do in bedroom in the privacy of their own home is so much worse than being their friend and loving them for who they are. That doesn't make sense to me. And it's so awful how many kids especially end up on the street because their parents are like, get out of this house, you disgusting pervert. When the kid just happens to be gay or trans or whatever. Something like 44% of all children on the street are there because they're kicked out of the house for being LGBTQ. It's gross. And it seems to me that a lot of the hatred, while it may be religious in nature, etc., a lot of the hatred comes from the fact that the person doing the kicking out and the fortitude, the chutzpah, to live their truth, and that they never got the chance to live that truth. And so it becomes this sort of sour grapes, spite, awfulness. Holy crap, we just passed it. Anonymous. And Darren Saunders jumped in there. Another Anonymous. And we did it. Woo! Sorry, that was mid mini rant. Mike will get a treat in a moment. But how does it affect you? How does it affect you that somebody else happens to be into a different gender or orientation than yourself? It doesn't. They're a human being. They're often children, and you are spiting a child due to your own weird insecurities. Don't do that, man. Just be loving, be accepting, be gracious, be humble, and take care of that kid. That's your job. You're a friggin' parent. You signed up for anything. If the kid happened to be born with an extra chromosome or had a childhood disease, you'd be like, you know what? No cancer patient is going to live in my house. Get the fuck out of here, loser. Is that how you're going to treat them? Is that who you are? No. Don't be shitty like that, man. But woo, we did it. All right, there we go. Ready? Watch for the head. Oh, there it was. There she goes. All right. Shall we do a celebrate with the big one? Look how big this guy is. Oh, it smells terrible. Yes. You want that? Oh, yeah. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. There's the crunching. There's the crunching. That's a happy dog. Oh, man. All right. Should get more. If we happened in the last 10 minutes here, we get to $1,100. Every $100 from this point forward, she gets another treat. That's how we're going to roll. Yeah. Oh, that's leaving a mess on the carpet. Ah, fantastic. Good thing I got to vacuum everything when we move, right? Oh, Shane E, where were you? Superman Red Sun one, yes. Julius Miami Palantir seems like a good play for puts. Oh, are they getting hit hard too? Are people discovering they don't actually have a product yet? If they're just sort of like a nebulous government contractor who doesn't really seem to produce anything. Green Eyed Bandit Elixir, Green Eyed Bandit Elixir. I know it means World War III, but shouldn't Europe just admit Ukraine to NATO? I think it would be wise for Europe to admit Ukraine to NATO and kick the U.S. out at this point and only allow us back in with a change of administration. We should not be a member of the Five Eyes organization that shares intel. We are an absolute detriment. What do we call it? Liability to anyone who's a member of Five Eyes or NATO, because we literally have a Putin-owned asset running as a director of national intelligence. We've got Putin-owned asset running the FBI. We've got Putin-owned asset as second in charge of the FBI. Like we are a liability to the rest of the world at this point. And so I am sure there are career people in the FBI, in the CIA, in the NSA doing what they can to insulate these appointees from anything that's going on. But I don't know how successful it's going to be. They're probably trying their damnedest at this point. So Alex Bishop's getting in there. Oh, we're at 1,064. So Monkey, we're $36 away from another treat. Yeah. And Angela Critter, I have been trying to donate since the cat showed up. Apparently, no version of my address that I have lived at for 30 years is valid. What the actual fuck? I'll keep trying. But if not, sorry. Keep up the good work. It depends on if you're trying to do it from a phone or a computer. Apparently, some people can't do it from phones at all. They can only do it from a computer. So that might be the thing that's happening, is that people are trying to donate from their phones and they just can't do it. So try it from a computer. That works as well. Put that key tag up for donation. Oh crap, that's right, Nico. It's downstairs. I forgot about that one. I have a monkey butt tag. Give me one. I'm gonna take a sip. It'll be 30 seconds. I'm gonna run downstairs real quick. Come on, monkey. Get your butt in here. Come on. All right. Nico Daru made monkey butt tag, and I really can't show you the monkey butt tag for herself because it shows my personal information on there. We also made one for donation. I forgot about that. It's a little brass tag. It says monkey butt destroyer worlds on one side, and Houston we have a problem on the other. So you can wear your own little cute dog tag that Nico Daru made and sent to us. So yeah, I guess I do have something, and that's really, I could just put a little stamp on that and it's gone. So, yeah, there we go. So that's something we can do for donation. So I'll put that on top of the face I still have not auctioned off yet, or raffled off. Run downstairs, run back upstairs. We got 5 minutes to go. We're still at $1,064. But at least we made our goal, right? We'll get our treat, so we're getting the butt side of her. She's like done with us. No more expectations. She got her liver. She doesn't need to show her face. And boss fight, we did it. And Elspeth says, hi, everyone. And Lost on Island, and all the animals leave. They did. They ran downstairs after me, didn't they? Yes, they did. I'm at the end of the chat. So, what do you got for me, people? What do we got? We raised $1,064 so far for Thurgood Marshall College Fund. So, I want to thank Larry Dubs for making that suggestion that we do a black charity for Black History Month. So I'm glad we did it. Hey, $1,000. It's our 40-something charity Tuesday victory in a row. So, woohoo, I need to make a list one of these days. I wonder if I have... All right, if I click on this, I open up Studio, I go to there. I wonder if it'll show me. One sec. Click on that. Go there. Go... Is it Earn? Giving. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 Charity Tuesdays in a row where we've raised $1,000 or more for charity. 46. And this is 47 right here, right now. 47. Raised $1,000 or more. Holy moly. Goodness gracious. Man. Good job, y'all. Good job. This just blows my mind. All right. Have you watched Knuckleball in San Diego yet? What's his name? Is it Miller? I watched his YouTube videos, or not a YouTube video, like when I scroll like Instagram, his little videos pop up every once in a while. He throws hard, and there's washing machine going for the last couple minutes here, so be quiet. He throws hard for a knuckleballer. Holy smokes. Yeah, I've seen his stuff. What's his name? Waldron. There we go. Matt Waldron. So yeah, he throws hard. And he's throwing knuckleballs like 84, 85 miles an hour. 23 and a half years ago, I set the Major League Scouting Bureau record with a 78 mile knuckleball. So this guy's throwing 5-6 miles an hour faster than me. 6-7 miles an hour faster than me. And I had a record. It was like, they were like blown away I could throw a knuckleball that hard. So this dude is nuts. Yeah, having that ability to change speeds with a knuckleball is huge. Because you can throw one 84 miles an hour and throw one 55 miles an hour and act like a changeup. And people cannot react to that. So, no, fantastic. Yeah. Alex Bishop's telling everyone to give him a high five. Then you go to high five in. Woo! All right. So 46, now 47 Charity Tuesdays in a row, raising $1,000 or more. And the list we've got Thurgood Marshall College Fund we're doing today. We've got all sorts of disaster therapy, disaster philanthropies. We've got Toys for Tots. We've got guide dog foundations. We've got people in disaster zones, St. Jude's, Care USA, taking care of like folks in places that had economic collapses like Sri Lanka. We've got cancer charities. We've got Autobahn Society. We've got so many times we've done World Central Kitchen. Oh my goodness. We've done Save the Children. We've done we helped actors who were on strike with their group. We did United Way. We've done brain tumor research. We've done prostate cancer research. We've done Toys for Tots many times. We've done SPCA. We've done Humane Society. We've done mental health charities. We've done chronic disease charities. We've done First Nations charities. We've done MS research. We've done stuff for Ukraine. We've done things for children in poverty. We've done ones that erase medical debt for folks. We've done oh my goodness, so many World Central Kitchens. We do World Central Kitchen like 3 times a year because they're everywhere. We've done things for like Tonga's volcano relief. We've done Second Story, helping kids that were taken from abusive households get help and life normalization and the treatment they need. We've done hurricane relief. We've done vision impairment. We've done so many, and you guys are awesome. And Malin Hurt just got in there, and Noms just got in there. So that means Monkey Butt, you get another treat here at the end of the show. How's that sound? Yeah? You want another piece of liver? How about this piece of liver right there? Is that a good monkey liver? Yeah, oh, yeah. Not even a thank you. Just takes it. You're welcome, monkey. Thank you, everybody. All right. And I'm at go time right here. So everyone, I want to thank you so much for making a 47th successful Charity Tuesday in a row. 47 of them. We've raised so much cash over the years. So much. It's absolutely bonkers. What's happening there? What is that? Okay, sorry. Weird things getting clicked on there. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. No, thank you. Thank you. This one was a little more pulling the teeth. Sometimes we do a Charity Tuesday and I log in and we're already at the goal before I even start the show, which blows my mind. But thank you, everybody. You guys are fantastic. And have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. We may find out if my Tesla puts were a good idea or not by Monday. I really hope they were. We'll go from there. Anything to add there, one-legged, three-legged dog? Huh? No? Nope, she just takes her treat and she's done. Okay, everybody. Do that one more time. Bing. Oh, try again. Bing.
Let's get started.
Let's go.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay. You have yourself a wonderful weekend.